Thanks for letting me know.
This meeting is being recorded in case we weren't aware of this. Hi, everybody. My name is
Hello.
Jacob Jennings, and I am the founder of the Sherlock Homes Foundation. We are aiming to change the conversation around homelessness, one home at a time. So I am here trying to introduce you guys to our amazing board members. This is Katerina. I
Hello.
love her. Katerina, tell everybody what you do for our organization.
Of course. So, as Jacob mentioned, my name is Katerina. And the thing, like my little specialty is fundraising, digital marketing, things like that. So, really just kind of positioning Sherlock's Homes Foundation in the best light possible and making sure as many people know about it. I'm based in New York City. So, one thing I'm super excited for is helping bring it over here. Such a big city where we can actually make a huge difference. So, I've already been reaching out to nonprofits here, getting ideas for fundraisers. So, that's really where my niche is. And I'm super excited to just really dive in.
You literally dove in with like full buns of blazing. Yeah,
Full buns of, I was
full
gonna say
yeah, that's it.
like full
Full
like butt
buns.
forward. I don't even know where I was like, what kind of phrase am I gonna learn today?
So yeah, that one's one we have here. That is when buns come out of the oven, like burning on fire. And you
Oh,
took those burning, flaming buns and just went to town raising funds and raising
let's go,
awareness of what we're
guys.
doing, which has been a
The buns are
blast.
better hot, so
They really
makes
are. And
sense.
I like a little char. I like a little
Yeah,
char.
a little burn, a little
I am
toasting on it.
a
Yeah,
little toasty,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Croutons.
All right. Oh my God,
Anyway,
crouton fries. I had a Caesar
this is
salad last
not.
night. Delicious.
I'm not surprised. So tell us, Katerina, tell everybody a little about you. So you have several passions. You've been volunteering since you were like in middle school,
Yes,
right?
I've been volunteering my whole life. I'm a pageant girl. Like since I was 15, I did my first pageant. And one of the biggest things about pageantry is service. So giving back to your community. If you want to be
Mm.
somebody that represents a local, state, national title, you have to be able to represent the people there, but also give back to the community. So volunteering is something that has always been really important to me. I volunteered in high school at St. Joseph's Soup Kitchen in Greenwich Village in New York. I volunteered for the Minnesota Miss Amazing organization. It's a program that puts on events for young women with disabilities. And it's kind of similar to a pageant. It's not a pageant itself, but it kind of replicates the getting dressed up. You get your hair and makeup done, you get to do a talent, and it just really celebrates individuality and building connections within the community. So I volunteer on their board. I do public relations, social media for them. And so I always try to find little ways to volunteer and give back. But during COVID, it became a little bit difficult. A lot of soup kitchens closed down. It was really hard to volunteer physically in person. So connecting with you, meeting you was actually
Oh.
the biggest blessing because I was able to keep, kind of that service oriented mind and give back to a community that means so much to me, but without having to, try to navigate the struggles of, are they going to be open? How can I physically get there? So definitely that was amazing. But yeah, no, volunteering is one of the most important things to me. I think if you have the time, you should be doing something with it, and especially if you have the resources. I've been fortunate enough to work in marketing since I was, I think, 19. So I'm 23 now. So almost 4 years working in marketing. And everything that I've learned, all the tools, the skills I've developed, I don't want to knowledge hoard. If I'm able to put these skills to use, especially with a nonprofit, why wouldn't I do that? So that's
You
really
have,
exciting.
and for being 23, you have so many skills that I would not have expected. You really are. I can tell you've been doing this for a while, not just 19, but also it's like interesting. Uh, People your age are so versed at
Mhm,
like doing marketing and social media because you've been doing
mhm.
it for so long and you're such
Yeah,
formidable years and you were starting to get into it. It's really been so helpful having you just like encourage
of
us to do what we need to on social media because we're trying. There's only so many
course.
damn hours in the day. So thank you
Exactly.
for
And
helping
sometimes you
with
just
it.
need the push. You just need someone to even say, like, this is a good idea. For me, I recently was able to study digital marketing, taking a class at Yale University. So for me, it's like, if I'm going to learn something, I'm going to put it to use. So it's also good to have that,
Hmm.
like, kind of expertise behind you of, like, is this a good idea? And then having someone to be like, yeah, that's actually a great idea. And here's how we can make it even better. So it's like us with this interview, the baby board members things. It was like a little brainstorming session, and now it's going to be a great social media campaign. I'm actually really excited to watch everybody's interviews and to see a lot of embarrassing baby pictures, hopefully.
They are gonna. Oh, I hope so. I can't wait to see embarrassing ones. Trying to make. I hope. And we have such great people that want to actually do this. So we are doing this live on Facebook so people have a chance to get to see your gorgeous face and what we're up to and so on and so forth. So here we are. So you have been, one of the things that you and I also bonded over was our love of doing things to help little girls with Down syndrome.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
So, some people know and some people don't know that my baby sister has Down syndrome. She was born with Down syndrome, and we are 18 years apart.
Wow. That is
Yeah,
an age
right.
gap. My little sister is 16, and I thought that was a crazy age gap of 7 years. But 16, it's wow. So you were
Yeah,
basically you're almost an adult when she came into
I'm
the world.
almost.
Yeah,
I
almost.
was an
You're
adult
almost there.
impersonator.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was already living on my own because my parents had already kicked me
Hmm.
out. But I was in college when she was born, and she
Wow.
was the little girl that really brought my family back together. You know, like
That's
she
beautiful.
really was able to heal our home in so many ways, and provided the opportunity for my family and I to reconnect over time.
Hmm.
But they're just such a lovely segment of our population, and they are just angels. So, but tell us about the work you do with this amazing community of women.
Yeah, so the organization I volunteer with, another one is called Minnesota Miss Amazing. It's the Minnesota chapter of Miss Amazing, and it's a program that aims to empower young women with disabilities by creating connections and really truly celebrating them for their individuality and to show that no matter what perceived barriers you have, no matter how society says you can't do things, you're able to overcome that and make a difference. So one of the things that we do is we have a superstar show. So, the young women are encouraged to come to a talent, and that talent can be anything. It could even be your parent accompanying you on stage to explain what makes you unique, because that is a talent, being unique.
Oh,
Overcoming obstacles, that is a talent. So some young girls come up and they're able to, do a dance, or they're able to sing or do a little magic trick, but we encourage anybody, no matter what you want to come up on a talent. Talent is just a way to showcase what makes you unique. We also have a big service component of it because a lot of people think that if you have any form of disability, you can't contribute to society as much as another person, but that is completely false. So
it
another
really
big
is.
part, yeah, exactly. And one of the biggest part of the organization is we have a little service part where we connect young women and their families to different nonprofits in the area. We collect food for food pantries, so everybody can really feel involved and say they are giving back. It's not just being a part of a you know like nonprofit event, but it's also to make people feel glamorous. So we have kind of a pageant aspect of it where we have hair and makeup artists come in, they get the girls all glammed up, they get escorts on stage, and they also have a
Oh,
chance to speak, yeah, to the audience. So it's they can stand up and say, my name is Katerina, I'm 23, here's what makes me special. And we actually crown winners at the end of the event. So they would be, Minnesota Miss Amazing, and they get to go to a national event. And so they get to be a true title holder representative. They get a crown, they get a trophy, they get to be celebrated throughout the entire year. Actually, one of I think the proudest accomplishments is Michaela Holmgren. You may have heard of her. She was the first woman with Down syndrome to compete at a Miss USA teen pageant. And right now she's actually in the running to be a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model. She's doing the church and the competition, and she's been all over, the Today Show, all these news websites, and the way that she is giving back, but also kind of forging her own path, but being able to lead people has been so inspiring. And she's a former representative of ours, a two-time winner. And so having her as a role model is incredible. We're so lucky to have her. And so one of the biggest things is creating, not creating role models out of these young women, but kind of highlighting how they already are role models.
it's
So this
so.
is Yeah, this is an organization I've been blessed to be on the board for almost 2 years now. And before that, I would go physically in person to volunteer at events as a best buddy because we like to partner people up so you have somebody to go with you when you're getting your hair done. If you need your dress zipped up, to play games while you're waiting, because the whole thing it's about building community and really celebrating people because one of the biggest things that I noticed is growing up is people aren't always afforded the same opportunities. And even if it's something as
Mhm.
small as doing a pageant, people might say, oh, doing a pageant, it's a privilege to be able to do it, but it's something that people don't even think they can do it, and the event is also totally free. All we ask for is a few cans of food to donate to a food pantry. So
Oh,
completely free for people who want to participate. It's meant to truly celebrate the individuals that are, coming to us and just want to have a fun-filled weekend.
So this is all over the country?
This is all over the country. It's
That
called
is
Yeah,
amazing.
it's called
Miss
Miss
Amazing.
Amazing. Miss Amazing, yeah. And then they have different chapters. Not all states have a physical event. Places like Alaska or Montana that might be a bit smaller, more sparsely populated. But in places
Hmm.
Minnesota, we have events. New York, and this year the event is in the national one is in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah, it used to be in Chicago, but it got moved this year. But they have an event every single year, and there are tons of state chapters. And if there isn't a state chapter in your state, anybody who's watching, you can easily start one. It's very easy. It's very simple and easy to, kind of take control of an organization where they already give you the blueprint. They have their branding, they have their connections. It's just more of, are you willing to put the time and effort into organizing the event? So
That is so cool. And
yeah,
that
and
right there is why I
yeah.
love you. That was such a great plug. You just snuck that in there in such a beautiful way. Well done.
But
Speaking about things
people
on Miss
give me that.
Amazing, let's take a look
Yes.
at this. We have a picture.
Oh goodness.
There you are. This is your
That's a
baby
good one
board
though.
member picture. Yes. Not quite a baby, but you're still a baby. So it works. And,
Yes.
and babe, you look great.
I
I
was
love
gonna
those
say this
earrings.
this is definitely the headshot that I sent in, because I did give a baby picture. That one was a little sillier, but this is my LinkedIn headshot.
The
That's it's
camera
legit.
shot. Yes, yes. If you want to see the other one, we can look at that one. It's just not in the same file for some reason, but I love
Yep.
this. I'm not used to seeing you without your hair as curly as I love your normal curls.
Yes, this photo was actually taken right before I started embracing the curls. This photo was taken in August of 2019 when I was competing at Miss Grand United States. I was representing Minnesota, and I, of course, did the typical pageant hair. I had my hair blown out. And I think the second day of the pageant, we were doing a swimsuit photo shoot out in the pool. And it was really humid. We were in Chicago, and my hair just started to frizz. As curly hair, if you could straighten it, but it's going to want to get back to, its natural state.
Hmm.
So my
Hmm.
hair starts getting a little bit fuzzy, and they asked me, they're like, "Can you go to your room and touch up your hair a bit?" And I was like, "Okay, I can try." So I start trying, and it's not holding. So I go up to them, and they're just like, "You know what? We can fix it. Let's just make your hair wet. Let's just put you in the water." And I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! If we get my hair wet, it's gonna curl up." And they're like, "What do you mean curl up?" So I pull out my phone, and I'm like, "Okay, here's what my hair is gonna look like." And the director is like, "It's gorgeous. Dunk your hair in the pool. Go in the pool." And I was like, "Okay, let's go for it." So I was the only person at the photo shoot, only contestant who was just literally in the water. I had my hair wet. It was such a fun photo shoot, and for me at that point, I was like, let me just go for it. Let me just keep my hair curly, for the rest of the week. My directors encouraged it. All my sister queens are like, "Oh my god, your hair is so pretty. Your hair looks so good." And I was like, "Oh, thank you," because I was really surprised. I had rarely worn my hair curly, like rarely ever. So that was the week that I really gained the confidence to have curly hair, because I said, okay, it works, especially in a place where everyone I think has fallen victims to societal constraints and pressure. So for me, it was like, even being in pageantry, I still felt the need to conform to the typical pageant look, which is sleek hair, having it a little lighter, things like that. So once I realized that it could be celebrated in that environment, I was like, screw this, the curls are here to stay. I
And
honestly
they
don't
are
think I've
gorgeous.
straightened my hair at this point in like a year. I think I did it
It's
right before my birthday last year, and now it's been at least a year since I've had straight hair. But it's good for a little throwback. But the
I think
curls are
everyone loves
definitely,
it though. Like
yeah.
curly hairs, especially like you've got very beautiful curls. It took
Thank
that
you.
long to get there. So
Yeah,
well
it took
done.
a long time, and I think it also is more reflective of me. And I'm an advocate completely for just being who you are, and completely like just like showing that off to society, and not really
Hmm.
trying to change and conform yourself. I think everybody also should be able to, you know, make tweaks to themselves and make them more confident, more happy. But I mean, for me personally, I like to stay true to who I am, because if I find success, I want to be able to say I was able to find that success while staying true to myself.
I
So
could not agree
yeah.
more.
So I would rather, if I do pageants and I have curly hair, I'd rather lose 10 in a row and then maybe do really well and get to say, okay, I did really well, but I did it looking like me, than do really well every single time. But it's like, okay, I got the fake tan, I have the light hair, I have it completely straightened, and there's nothing wrong with that. But for me personally, I like to, there's nothing wrong with
Yeah, there's
it.
nothing wrong with a fake tan. What are
No,
you
there's really,
talking about? That's not a bad thing.
I was gonna say, look, I can pull out my Bali body right there. I do it
I need
too.
to get a refill. That's actually one of the things that's on my list of things I need to get before the bus tour. I've got to refill my spray tan. I know it
Uh-huh.
sounds silly, but for me, it's important because, I'm a fair ass mother
You want
ducker.
you want to stand out. You know,
Right? It makes
the
my
tan's
eyes
a good
pop, so it
thing.
works. Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
supposed to be from
exactly.
Florida. You don't want to tell people you're from Florida and come out looking like Casper. They don't believe
You
you.
come out and you're glowing, you're
Right?
like,
There's this
sure.
like belief that you're in Florida. You should be like tan all year round. And it
And you
doesn't
walk on
help
there
because it's
like
actually
you're
accurate.
the guy from Florida? Like, are you sure? Like,
You? That's you? But yeah,
can I
yeah,
see your
that guy
ID,
from
please?
Florida. Yeah, right? Have you done the trick where you Google that guy from Florida on your birthday?
I have before. I don't remember what mine was, but it was definitely silly.
There's so many
Like
ridiculous
I
ones. A Florida guy,
they're
Jesus,
good.
it's
They're good.
horrible. They really they're so or they I'm like, I don't know if I want to take this as a compliment, but it's always something. So anyway, I'm so grateful that you took the time to get to know us, and we're going to be doing this. This is our one of our strategies we're doing. So if you're interested in getting to learn more about the Sherlock Holmes Foundation and our board, please continue to watch into this little series. We're calling it Baby Board Member, where we get to learn about our board members and what they were like early in their life and something they achieved. So Katerina is our very first that we're bringing on. She's been an amazing sport, and I can't wait to get to know more of her and what she does for us, which is amazing. So, Katerina, thank you so much for being here. Is there anything that you want to say? One final thing to tell people about Sherlock Holmes?
I would say just thank you for having me. I'm so excited for my future with the Sherlock Holmes Foundation. And if you're interested in giving back to a community, giving back to multiple communities, to be honest, and making a difference in people's lives one home at a time, be sure to check out the Sherlock Holmes Foundation. And please consider giving us a donation. That would be incredible. You're truly, truly changing people's lives, not just temporarily, but for the rest of their lives. And it's ending a generational, cyclical problem that's been in our society. So it really is making such a massive difference. And I think people don't really realize how far a $5 donation could get, or even like an hour of their time volunteering. So I think that's the one thing I would want people to keep in their mind, is that no matter how small you think your difference might be, you're actually giving so much more.
It multiplies. You're
Mm-hmm.
part of something bigger.
Yes.
I agree. See, I like to use the example that, a thread doesn't realize how important it is until it's nothing more than a snag in a tapestry.
Oh,
But it
wow.
takes millions of threads to create that
It
artwork.
does. It does. And people don't realize how important a thread is until you accidentally pull it and your whole thing just like expands.
Exactly. And then
Like I've
suddenly
totally
like
done
it's
that.
like coming undone. You're like your top's falling off. You got this, it
Uh-huh.
looks like dental floss behind your head
And it was
somehow.
the one thread, the
The
one
one.
tiny thread that
Mhm.
makes all the world of a difference.
And if you have a cat, not at work.
I have
Yeah, I get
four.
it. So thank you guys so much. Don't forget to follow us on social media.
Mhm.
You can find us on Instagram at Sherlock Holmes Foundation. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ the home hound, as well as facebook.com/ Sherlock Holmes Foundation. And you can also find us online at sherlocksholmes.org. So thank you so much. Follow us on our bus journey home tour as we go around the United States talking about housing inequality and how you can get involved to end homelessness in your community. And you can also come and watch us on June 8th, 2021. We're going to be having our very first event. You can sign up on Eventbrite if you like the information. It is in my link tree. Go ahead and sign up. It is $19.95. You get to have an hour and a half of me, woohoo, talking about creative financing strategies for nonprofits and how you can use real estate as a vehicle for social change. So that being said, everyone, have a wonderful day.
Yes.
Katerina, go kill it, darling. Slay,
Thank
girl.
you.
Take care. Bye, everyone.
Bye.